Over the next few minutes, I'm going to show you how to talk to kids as young as 2 or even 4 about periods so that you don't feel embarrassed and they don't feel afraid. And welcome back to Sitting in a Car. I'm Sarah Sproul and I sit in a car with you each week, answering a question to help you raise your confident and caring young person who respects themselves and the people around them. So this question slid into my DMs, actually. Someone lovely slid into my DMs and said, I've got this 2-year-old and 4-year-old that keep coming into the bathroom even when I'm got my period and I'm having to change my period products, and I'm worried about how to answer their question. So I'm sure this parent is not alone with this issue. So let's get going and talk about 3 different sort of ways that you can rethink about your period and how to talk to small kids about it. Point number 1, what do you believe about your period? What were you taught about it when you were growing up? Was it something that no one really spoke about until, ta-da, you got the talk, where maybe an adult who loved and cared for you showed you what a pad was, or what a tampon was, or what a menstrual cup was, or what period undies were, or whatever sustainable option was around for you when you were growing up. Did that happen to you? Or was it something that people always spoke about in your house? For me, it wasn't something people always spoke about in my house. And I remember when I was 11, my mum coming into my bedroom with the little pamphlet out of the tampon box that had the internal structures, like you could see the uterus and where the tampon would go. And she was saying, okay, it's time to have a talk about this. And I was like, no, get out of my room, get out of my room. And I just screamed until she left my room. And the following year, I got my period and I didn't know what to do. Of course I didn't. I was a victim of my own embarrassment, but also the fact that in the culture that I was raised, periods weren't a part of everyday life that you talked about in the family. But, so many people were like that. So we are at this point now, and the person who asked this question is at this point where we realize it doesn't actually work so well, that we want to try a different way. So when we hear nothing about periods until we're maybe 8 or 9, our brain does learn about periods. We learn that people don't talk about it. So when a conversation comes up about something that hasn't been spoken about before, our brain's like, what's going on? What's going on? There's something weird going on here, and we will have a reaction to it. So information about periods may have been treated differently when you were growing up to information about nail care or hair hygiene or fitness, for example. And so what you'll notice is people's behavior around periods were different to people's behavior on other parts of the body. And that's why we feel the way we feel about them. Point number 2, when you're talking about periods with really young kids, you can use other parts of the body that they understand, right? So you can say, well, in our body, our ears produce this yellow stuff called wax, our eyes produce water, our mouth produces saliva, and all the different things that our body produces. And you can say we have a special place inside our body called the uterus, and that is where our body stores special blood that can help grow new babies or human babies, or whichever way you want to say it. The third point you can make, and it's important to talk to kids about that, is that period blood is different to other blood that we might see coming out of our body. Usually we won't see blood unless we have a sore or something's hurt or damaged or broken, like we fall over and we scrape our knee. Most 2-year-olds will know about that, right? My 2-year-olds definitely did. Or we bang our hand and it bleeds, or we cut our finger with the scissors and it bleeds. But period blood is amazing because it's the only blood that comes out of a grown-up's body that isn't to do with getting hurt. It's the special place, again, the uterus, that needs to have fresh blood every month in case it needs to make a new baby. So the uterus squeezes until all the blood comes out, and we catch it with a tampon or a pad or a menstrual cup, and then the uterus makes fresh blood again, just in case a new baby needs to grow. Before I finish up, I just want to let you know that it's not unusual that we have trouble talking to small children about these things because we haven't had the experience of what it felt like having conversations with the adults who were caring for us when we were tiny like this. So it doesn't feel natural and normal. And that's why you might hear me describe how to talk about these things very naturally, and it seems perfectly obvious once I say it. But that doesn't necessarily mean that saying it is going to be easy, because we will still have these feelings inside ourselves that are like, oh, should we really be talking about this with kids? And am I going to do it right? And what if I say the wrong words? Or what if they get scared and I don't know what to do? And that is why sitting in a car is so useful to you, because it tells you where to start. But the other point is that we can't be too hard on ourselves. Conversations like this, even though I'm talking about them very easily, can sometimes feel more difficult. And so it's okay if you need more help. You'll know that the Evolve School just closed its doors last week, and there are people and parents and other adults caring for children in there who are working really hard to get all the other building blocks in place to have simple, open conversations about things like periods. So if you are interested in learning more about the Evolve School, you can go to sarahsproul.com/evolve. And next time that school is open, I can let you know. And that's Sitting in a Car for another week, where I've answered a question to help you raise your confident and caring young person who respects themselves and the people around them. Bye for now. The car's going past. Pedestrians going past, me waving my period sign around.